Today we're talking about Domonique Donaldson, okay? Good morning, family. It is me, Clarissa, here on Clarissa Says, where Clarissa says it all, and that's how I feel. Okay. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Clarissa. I do upliftment, motivational videos, trending topics, current events, health and wellness, finance, and anything else you can think of on this channel. So if you are new, welcome. I hope you come back to my videos. And if you have any topics you want me to discuss, please go ahead and you share it to me, either via Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, or under the comments in my community tab on YouTube. You can also find me on Gmail at clarissa@gmail.com. So with that being said, today I came across this topic and I said, okay, it is Tuesday. Let's go ahead and get this video out. I just posted a morning motivational video, basically talking about having the opportunity to take a rest and then moving forward, right? And so with that being said, I wanted to make sure I'm getting back into the habit of staying on schedule with my content. So on Mondays, I do motivational videos. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do trending topics and current events. On Wednesdays, normally is Workout Wednesdays, and Fridays is more so freestyle. I might do a review, I might do a hair, beauty, wellness, something like that. And on Saturdays, more so shout outs with my brands and contests when I do have collabs to work with. And Sundays is just a free for all as well. So that's generally my schedule. If you guys are seeing me touch my hair a lot, it's only because I just woke up, and so I don't want to look, crazy on here. Plus, this is something that's very, 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 very important, and sometimes people get distracted by people's appearance. So I want to make sure I'm at least looking cordially acceptable on this camera. Okay, so today we're talking about Domonique Donaldson. Okay, so I'm reading this article that you guys will be able to see there in the snippets from the Star, or Jamaica Star to be exact. Shout out to Souflotv. Souflotv. I did see him pop up with a video about this. I went straight to look it up myself, and I chose to do this topic because I felt like it was important. I felt like this topic was more so important than just doing a trending topic. This actually would give me an opportunity to basically talk about something that I don't feel like is addressed enough, okay? Especially with us young women. And this is just one of the situations where this woman was caught in a bad situation and nobody really knows what happened or why it happened, but it has happened. And so I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about it and just go over what has going on. If you're on my channel at this point, before we get into, please make sure you subscribe. I appreciate y'all subscribing. Any person that's new on my channel, I thank you guys for joining, and my older subscribers, I love you guys so much. And so without further ado, let's get into the video. So this article is titled "Teenage Mom Died Shielding Her Daughter." Okay, so Domonique Donaldson was just 19 years old, but she was a devoted mother to her 10-month-old daughter who was looking forward to seeing her unborn child. Okay, so first we unpacked that Domonique was 19. Her nickname was Don, and she had a 10-month-old daughter and one on the way. So 4 things all in the beginning of this article. This was released October 18, 2022, which is today's date. And it says she had plans on becoming a teacher and also worked as a customer service agent throughout her pregnancy. She had hopes of funding her tertiary education. Basically, she had hopes of funding her, education to become a teacher with, of course, a customer service position. Unfortunately, the teenager would never realize her dreams as she was killed in a hail of bullets on Sunday morning. So in Jamaica, East Kingston on Maiden Street, there was a early morning attack, and her baby father, infant, and herself were injured during the attack. So far, it says that she was the only one that has now been found deceased, sadly. It says she died protecting her daughter, says a relative, who summarized that more than 24 shots were fired in the dwelling, which was occupied by the teenager, her 25-year-old boyfriend, and her 10-month-old child. When the shots were being fired, she laid on her baby, So the shots that went through her body wouldn't, harm her child. That was the intent. So her child did get wounded, but the shots that were fired were blocked by Domonique's body, which is a blessing because, at the end of the day, I don't wish anybody to be deceased, but you don't want a 10-month-old baby to have to go through that type of pain and, suffering of being shot. And, Domonique was able to protect her child. Her child did get injured, but she was definitely injured way less than she could have been, And sadly, Dominique did not make it. So that's another thing that's hurtful. So let's continue, okay? So all she was trying to do was cover her baby, and as we discussed, she did, in results, cover her baby up from the fires of the bullets, but she did end up passing. So reports from the Ellison Road police are that at 2:35 a.m., Donaldson and her family were at home when gunmen kicked open the door and opened fire, hitting all three persons. They were taken to the hospital where Donaldson was pronounced dead and her child and her spouse were admitted. The baby reportedly sustained gunshot wounds to her leg. Okay, so she did actually get wounded on her legs. So at least she was able to not get wounded in her chest or her arms and anything that was vital. So her legs, and they're not saying that it is something that were vital wounds. So at least the baby was able to walk. Okay, I have something to talk about. I might as well talk about it now. I want to say something real quick. Okay, so first and foremost, just getting into this conversation, we're unpacking a lot. We're unpacking that this woman who's 19-year-old, or 19 years old, was dating a guy who was 25 years old. Okay, she already had a 10-month child, which means they were together probably since he was 24, 23, and when she was probably 17 for sure, because baby is 10 months, and it takes 9 months for the baby to be born, and then the baby's 10, so that's 2 years in itself, basically, damn near. And so they definitely met around 16, 17, if we're doing the math. So the adult, 24, 23, was around her boyfriend's age. So we want to talk about something real quick. There's a such thing called a generational curse. Okay, from what I'm perceiving and what the article is saying, basically from their environment, they're not, in a situation where things are definitely handed to them. Okay, some people get pregnant young, and they are able to have more resources. It seems to me that Domonique was really out there grinding, doing what she had to do as a mother, and I commend her for that. But the point of me saying that is, you're 19 years old, you're in this kind of environment. If somebody went ahead and shot up your dwelling, your place of residence like that, you or your boyfriend were in some kind of BS that y'all shouldn't be in, some kind of effort that y'all shouldn't have been in. Nobody just goes into somebody's house and just blow it up like that. Like, there was something that happened, something that had to have happened, that they did that. People just don't do that kind of stuff. Now, people do make what's the word I'm looking for? They do make not motions, but like leaving the tidbits of information. Like, it's a word I'm looking for. Examples. People like, people that be in type of lifestyles do use people as examples. Like, you see what I did to so-and-so, you see what happens to so-and-so type of situations, but it's still in the day, so-and-so has to have done something to be made an example of. You see what I'm saying? And so I don't know what is the situation, but I do know is that even me, I'm kind of young, but me looking back at my childhood to my adulthood now, I feel like it needs to be talked more to these young kids that you should truly focus on your goals, aspirations, and your life. Going out looking for a boy and going out looking for pleasure, going out looking for love and all that kind of stuff, you are young. Love will come. And the more that you do and the more that you advance in life, it gives you more options for men that are going to be outside of your generational curse. It's not to me that she stood and she was stuck within her generational curse, basically her level of playing field. You want to go up the scale, okay? If you already are impoverished, you don't want to be with somebody else that's also impoverished. Now, the one that I'm saying is, okay, I can attest, okay, I'm from the hood, honestly, all jokes aside. Like, I'm from the projects. Like, I wasn't born in the projects, but my mama had to do what she had to do. My mom and dad got divorced, and then we moved into the projects, and then I got out of the projects, and now I'm living, got a good job, great family, nice house. I'm doing my thing. The point that I'm saying is that you can always make it out. The issue that I have is that in order to do that, you have to have the mindset to tell yourself, I'm going to make it out. I'm not going to get stuck in this. Even with her child, I see that she had that, she wanted that drive, and she had, basically you get to a point as a mother that you have no choice. You got to figure it out. And I feel like she got to that point. However, why get yourself to that point where you have to be in that situation in the first place? Everybody has choices in life. Everybody has choices in life. And so if you know and you see the environment that's around you and you don't want to be a part of that environment and you don't even, sometimes people don't understand that they are part of this kind of environment, like it's natural to you. Y'all need to realize and wake up that stuff is not normal. You know, somebody walk into your dwelling at 2:35 in the morning and shooting 24 rounds, that's 24 bullets, into probably not even that big of a house. It's not normal. It's not normal. It couldn't have been because, like, it's not normal. You know, it's not normal. Like, why put yourself in that type of situation? You have options in life. You have options in life. And I just want to mention that. Like, I feel like people get so hooked into the world of, like, being, not to say being fast, but just being out and about and in the world and, you know, being distracted by people and what's the what, you know, and you end up in a situation like this where I don't know if it was her or the man, but y'all both were in some kind of wrong because apparently you must knew what he was in. And if it was vice versa, you knew what you was in and you still stayed in that environment. And you didn't really get out of it. Now, you know, sometimes it's not that easy to say get out of it. Like, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? But the point that I'm saying is why even get to that point where that has to be a problem that you have to solve, think about, or try to resolve. Like, why? So I'm gonna continue reading, y'all. It says the relative said Donaldson, who was in her 3rd trimester, meaning she was so soon to give birth, meaning that she had the 10-month-old baby girl and then got pregnant right after. And they might have been in love. You know, love is a dangerous thing. Love is a blessing and a curse in itself. And so she might have been truly in love with this man, but it's like, y'all, like, sometimes before you get to that point of love, open up your eyes and see what is really in front of your face. Sometimes love can make you blind. And by the time you see the light, it's too late and you have to accept the life that you're in. But you can always make a difference. You can always make a change. There's always an option for you to do something better and to enhance your life. Even with your partner, y'all both can come to agreements where things could be different, okay? So the relative said Donaldson, who was in her 3rd trimester, had relocated from St. James to the community a little over a year ago. And so so her baby's 10 months. So basically like the last couple of months of her pregnancy, she had moved. And that could have been because of her pregnancy. Sometimes some parents and families will, not to say dishonor, I wouldn't say, Sometimes they give you, sometimes it becomes, okay, so now since you're now an adult and since you're now carrying a child, you need to go be an adult, basically. And sometimes it be out of a loving place. And sometimes it comes off as loving and it's not, or you may feel like it's not loving, but it is. You know, you are now a grown adult. Y'all need to go figure it out. And that happens quite often. I don't know if that's the situation that happened with her. But you know, there's 24, 23, 24, 5, man has gotten an 18-year-old pregnant, so now 19-year-old pregnant, and it's kind of like you got to go. Well, I'm not saying that's what happened, but I can only assume it was like you got to go and figure it out with him. Maybe it's her decision of her saying, you know what, I don't put my burden on y'all. I'm gonna go live with my baby's father. It could have been that she was in some crap up in St. James, because St. James get a little roughy, okay? And maybe she had some stuff going on in St. James, and she tried to leave St. James to get away from it, and they found her in East Kingston. And you never really know. Maybe he had some drama or beef that caused her to leave St. James, because he was over there in St. James, doing what he was doing, and now she's paying the cost of his decisions. And a lot of times that's what happened. I don't want to say that women don't do that kind of stuff, which, because people do. Girls be out there, don't get me wrong, but in most cases it be the man, because in most cases, especially in this type of situation, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like they're in poverty, and it's all across the world, and poverty is a mindset, it's not a state. You can be in an impoverished community but live like you're a king and queen in a palace. It's how you mentally think, and it's how you surround yourself with the environment that you're in. And in the day, your whole sole purpose should be to get out. Your whole sole purpose is to become your best self, and to pass on your lineage as wealthy as possible, with knowledge, with, of course, education, with, of course, your assets and finances, and just the way of life. You want to be in the most safest environment for your kids and for your family. And so that should be the sole goal. However, the point that I'm getting to is that sometimes when you're in that type of environment, you got to succumb sometimes to what's around you to survive. And in most cases, the men are the ones that do that, because they can't, find a job, or they prefer to, go out and hustle illegally to make ends meet, because it's fast money. Whereas with a job, it's 9 to 5, 9 to 10, 9 to 9 sometimes, and you're waiting on that paycheck, and you're not seeing your family, and you're working. Sometimes you're not getting paid enough, and then it's like it's the battle of what can I do to provide for my family, And so you never know, he might have been in that kind of lifestyle, which then came back to their family and caused what happened to have happened. I don't know if it was her or if it was him. I'm saying I think it's more so a him thing, but I could be wrong. I don't want to be biased. Y'all let me know in the comments down below how y'all feel about this, But let's continue. I don't want to talk too much. So she described her as quiet and ambitious by those who knew her. She was a very intelligent girl, and she wanted to become a primary level teacher. She got pregnant, but she still did her work at a call center, and she wanted to secure a career in the future for the children. Katisha Godfrey told the Star she was very protective. Well, another family member said that the teenager was extremely committed to her infant, and she was very protective of her daughter. She also wouldn't leave her alone anyone, which as a parent, you really shouldn't. You can't trust everybody, even family members. Even when she was working from home, she had the baby with her. She was young, but she was a very fit mother, the relatives said. So personally, I don't feel like because you're young, you can't be a fit mother. Some people do say that, that you're not gonna be able to take care of yourself. You got a pot to piss in and want to throw one out of, stuff like that. I feel like some people are born mothers. I feel like in most cases when you do become a mom, it's some kind of internal instinct that kicks in for you. Some kind of environmental Gaia instincts that kicks in for you. Empress instincts, queen energy that kicks in. It's like, okay, this is my baby. Mommy mode. King, lioness, rawr, girl, grizzly mother mode comes in, and it's a feeling that most moms can't really explain. It's an eternal instinctive feeling. So at any point, I would not say that she would never be a fit mother. However, I'm sure there was raising doubts being that she was so young. My point that I'm making is life is very short. Every single decision you make in your existence, every single decision you make in existence makes another effect in your future. Every action has a reaction. Every decision you make makes another effect for your future. So what you do now will prolong another result in your future. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not a month or a year from now, but lo and behold, everything you do, good and bad, comes back to you tenfold. You understand? So in this situation, you know, I don't know what the cause was. I don't know the full story, but what I do know is use this story as a testimony for the things that you don't want for your life. I'm not saying that she couldn't have made it out. I'm not saying that she couldn't have became this teacher. I really feel like the way that they're talking about this lady, this woman, this young woman, that she really was going to make it. And she was going to do everything that she had an ambition, every goal that she had and thought of and manifested, she was going to reach. The issue is that she had things within her, around her, and situational incidences and issues that caused her to be where she is right now, which truly sucks. It truly sucks. I do send my condolences out to the family. I hope that this reaches somebody that's young or even a parent. Because the thing about the things is, when your kid, well, first and foremost, in America, the age limit for consent is 18. In Jamaica, is 16. So either way, she still was above the age limit to be with somebody that was the guy's age. The issue that I have is the parents be knowing, 16, 17, 15, 14, 13, 12. It starts then. I don't care what nobody telling me. It starts then. You can pick up on your kids' signs on certain things when they're getting involved in certain things. It starts then. Okay, it starts with you being a parent where it's like, okay, I was put in this environment. Let me do something different so that for my kid would not be put in the same environment. It always comes back to the parents, because then you set your kids up for that kind of lifestyle. If your kid was not around certain people, she would have known this 24, 25, 23-year-old in the first place, So I'm not blaming the parents. I'm just saying it goes back to generational curses. So if you are a parent and you see something that's a big red flag, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it, because maybe she could have been saved from a situation way long ago when, this guy and her first started dating, regardless if she was considered or not. And some kids, if she's quiet, because some kids are very quiet and you will never know what they got going on because they're very secretive and sneaky, okay? Some people, some women, some men, when they have some young men, some young adults, some young, young kids, teenagers, male or female, when they have their mind set on something, when you tell them not to do it, they do the exact no. When you tell them not to do something, they go and do that same thing. Don't talk to that boy. They're going to talk to them more. They're going to hide. They're going to sneak instead of listening to you and your guidance. Sometimes you trying to help make things worse. So some people got to learn for themselves. But if you see something and you know in your hearts of hearts that you are not raising those red flags, you're not making that a teaching moment. Sometimes you don't talk. Sometimes people talk down to teenagers and kids instead of talking to them. And that's what happens. You don't explain why you're saying don't talk to this person. You just say don't talk to the person or like the person. You don't do this and you get mad. No, you got to explain yourself. Listen, I see you having a great future. I don't see this person for you. I think you could do so much better as you get your life together, as you progress, as you complete your ambitions and your goals. The right type of guys will come from you. Don't want to be with somebody in your same class. I'm just saying, like, that's really when it comes down to it, it's the truth. You got the poor, you got the poor, you got the poor. You got the impoverished. You got the poor, impoverished, middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class, upper middle class, and then you got the class, first class, right? The people that are seemingly okay, because even then, some people live paycheck to paycheck. All this is about your money. If it comes down to your money, your resources, your networking. You want to move up in life, and you want your kids to be able to move up in life. You want to, experience something that's new. And I don't care in what state of mind anybody has to say about what I'm saying. Living in an impoverished type of style, living in a poor type of life, living in poverty is not what I foresee for anybody. And I truly believe that people make their community, But I do believe in generational curses. I do believe in things just being what things are. And you ever heard you can't teach a dog, an old dog, new tricks? That's what's happening personally in a lot of these old communities. They don't have to be like that. These older, impoverished, and poverty-related communities, they don't have to be in the state that they are in. It's just, that's just what it is. And people continue to live that type of lifestyle and prolong the same type of living environment, which if somebody just snaps up and just makes a change in the community, it will change. It really is that simple. It's that, well, it ain't that simple. You got to get people all on the same one accord, but it takes you to be that first person to like stay away from that drama, to say, you know what, I'm going to do more. I'm going to help out these kids. I want to stay away from these people. And baby girl, I wish if it was the male, when you realize he was in the drama, we got to get out of that notion where we got to be the ride or dies. I don't care, male or female. We all got to be the ride or die. Ride or die. Like, I got to be a ride or die. Man, no, bitch, I'll ride, but I ain't dying. No, I'm not. Because if you put me in a predicament where I'm dying, you ain't the person for me, baby. So yeah, that's a personal opinion on this matter. I really do hope more information comes out on her. I want to see what actually is happening. Like, why did they break down her door at 2:35 in the morning? What caused them to go and do what they did in the first place? Why? Like, I really want to know these answers, and it concerns me because I know this is not the last and this is not the first. So it's like, where do we go from this in a way where we can reach this videos or videos like this to people that can need to hear it and say, you know what, this lady is right. You know what, Souflotv is right. You know what, whoever else is right. You know what, this article has touched me to say, you know what, I'm going to not fall victim to this same situation. And that's really all that it is. That's really all that it is. And that's just what I have to say. So that being said, family, I love y'all so very much. I didn't think this video would be so long, but it was very important. If you made it this far, leave me a big old thumbs up or a red heart in the comment section with your thoughts and concerns or opinions. I like to see your engagement. So if you can, leave some opinions and your thoughts and your feelings and everything, how you feel, updates, anything, in the comments down below. And with that being said, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace, love, and blessings. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and be vigilant. Peace.